Welcome to Healers Talk Healing. I'm your host, Nina Ganguly. Join us on this exhilarating journey as we share the wisdom and insights that can truly transform your life. It's time to embark on a voyage towards a happier, healthier you. When did you discover that it's more than just physical?
Yeah. So it was actually working with a naturopathic doctor because again, I love their work. I admire their knowledge and I'm really grateful for my experience. But I asked them about nutrition and they were saying that nutrition didn't have much impact on my healing, which I thought was a bit concerning because I studied nutrition and I knew there was a big correlation. And then also ask very spiritual questions like, I know trauma and pain can, revert inside and that could cause physical symptoms too. Like, what are your takes on that? And of course, that's not the right place to ask those questions. And I quickly realized, okay, I got what I needed from this experience. And now I need to figure out the mental, spiritual side and get more support because a naturopathic doctor is you're not allowed to just call them and text them, like again, very respectful of their practice, but legally they can't give advice outside their office. So there's only so much support that you can get. And I studied a lot. I learned a lot from my mom. I learned a lot from Deepak Chopra, just studying how you can talk to your cells. And on my free time, I would listen to affirmations to heal my cells and heal my body. So if I drove anywhere, I was listening to that. If I was, at the gym, I was listening to that. And I feel like that was really powerful of me trying to rewire my conscious and subconscious to learn how to heal myself too.
That's it's so important, and I think I'm glad that you're sharing that because for our listeners, I think it's important for us to drive home, us meaning like us as a whole, not
Yeah.
just you and me, but us as a whole community of healers, to drive home that how powerful our minds are and that we
Yeah.
actually do have the capability of healing ourselves. We're meant to be in a state in a space of healing or at full health, but there's so much that we do or we experience, things that we have control over, things that we don't have control over, that impact um us at all levels, and we don't realize it. Like I just myself started learning how much trauma can impact, like years and years down the road.
For sure.
You think you've dealt with everything, and then all of a sudden, why is my back hurting all the time for no reason? Why is this out of sorts? And it's physical. And my brain goes to, wait a minute though, but I thought I dealt with all this. Maybe
Yeah.
mentally, but
Mhm.
not on, at a deep level. So when you're working with your clients,
Mhm.
where do you usually start with them?
Yeah. So typically we just start to make sure we're a good fit, like I want to make sure that what they're experiencing, I've experienced personally because I love having the empathy and I love showing them like, hey, I was in your position and I'm on the other side and I've
Mm,
helped heal so many people in this exact same position. So I really specialize in like people that have hormonal imbalances, candida overgrowth, parasitic infections for a specific reason because I went through that. And then we can do a stool test. So oftentimes, if a doctor hasn't conducted a stool test, I can set that up for them so that we can see exactly what's going on physically in the gut. I do like a really deep health assessment with them, which asks these important questions about, what is your trauma? How do you practice self love? How do you practice self care? Do you have support? What are your main stress factors? What is your relationship with food? What foods make you feel sick? Like all these kind of things on a mind, body, and soul level. And then for me, support is everything. I always offer like unconditional love and unlimited tech support because I think love heals and I think support is everything when you're going through such a difficult time. So that's pretty much my process. And we do lots of check ins, of course.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
So how do actually, you know what? I'm going to ask you a different question. My next question is, well, what is your routine now that you are sort of on the other side? what's actually, what do you do in order to keep everything balanced?
Yeah, for sure. So I still really prioritize the mental and spiritual aspects because that is the foundation, and when you are under a lot of stress and you can find, like I said, you can find peace in the chaos and you learn that power, then that can never be taken away from you because you can't control the external factors. You can only control the inside. So I still make a lot of time to practice my meditation, my breathing, watching my thoughts if they're getting to a point where they feel really fearful and overwhelming. And nutrition for me is like my passion, my love. So it's very easy for me to eat like healthy foods and keep a good gut microbiome, which means like really making sure I'm not indulging in sugar because that's like the biggest trigger for gut dysbiosis and also hormonal imbalances. Just it causes so much inflammation, so I eat mostly like a gluten-free diet. And again, this is not for everybody, but it's just what works for me. Everyone has their own unique, diet and what works for them. But yeah, I practice a lot of gratitude. I eat well, I exercise, I try to connect with nature. I think that's where my power lies.
Don't forget to subscribe, follow, rate, and review our podcast. Your feedback and support mean the world to us. Remember, healing is a lifelong journey, and you have the power to transform your life in profound ways.